The VTuber artist scams never cease to continue. So here we have a VTuber by the name of Taiga Inu, who goes by Taiga, writing, I get jealous and sad every time I see a new VTuber model being made on my feed because I commissioned a model almost a year ago and it's still nowhere close to being done. And now I'm being ghosted by my model mama. I still love all the models I see. I just wish it could have been me. And I feel so bad, right? Like they paid for a commission and you get so excited waiting for your VTuber. Like once you get the model, then you can start streaming with the model and it's gonna be so fun and you're gonna look so cute and you gotta do all this type of content, whatever. And then to just not get the model and not get your money back is awful. Taiga writes, if anyone cares to read what all happened, here's a doc about it all. Really nervous to even post this. And attached is a photo as well with some more text, which reads, I'm not really good with my words or even explaining, so here's a Google Doc form that my friend made throughout the whole comm process from her perspective. I know some of it can come off as petty, so I apologize in advance. And I'm not posting it to throw hate towards the artist in any way or to make it seem like a call-out post. Just so you guys can read the whole situation and what happened and have your own perspective on it. I've already messaged the artist to stop working on the commission and I just plan to save up and buy a new one from someone else. The whole thing is just very unfortunate and I feel shitty even ranting about it because I mean no harm from this in any way. I'm scared that people will read it and take it in a wrong way. So linked is this document that reads Experience with Sora Art and Ina VTuber. And it reads, my friend commissioned Sora art back in February to be put on the waitlist for May/June and has to this day only received sketch work in progresses and excuse after excuse for it not being completed. By the way, I know it's confusing because it says my friend Taiga is the VTuber that commissioned the artwork. Taiga's friend is the one that made this doc, so everything is in Taiga's friend's perspective. Receipt of payment to Sora plus Ina's shared PayPal for a full body VTuber on February 3rd. So money sent to Cat Lover for 250 USD. It reads full body VTuber. Thank you so much, I can't wait. Then sketch update sent to my friend on April 26th from Sora, and it is really, really pretty. And it says, here's the sketch. It's missing the back of the hair and tail, but this is what I have. The sketch marks the initial start to her model being completed, and my friend requests changes such as making the ears larger and adding the white fluff under them as shown in her reference art. And again, this is just some more context to their reference artwork, kind of how their character design looks like, which is really, really cute. So the doc reads, Sora's surprise and Ina's entrance. If you know the story, then you are aware that Sora sprung the fact that she was working with Ina VTuber on her commissioners on May 14 and only a month after, on June 15, vanished. This left Ina to pick up 12 commissions with no payment, as Sora had cleared their joint PayPal and completely screwed over their friend. So there's a post on May 14 from Sora reading, a lot of people don't know this, but Blue, she goes by Mira now, actually helps me a lot with commissions, which is the reason I accepted so many model comms after I opened them. I do the sketches and after that we split the commissions in half for the rendering process, which I would say this is a bit disingenuous. If you are a studio and you promise like studio work, it makes sense. But typically when people commission an artist, they commission the artist because they like the art style. So if you like pawn off the work to somebody else, there's a chance the art style will not look in the style that the original person commissioned. It could be possible that the person B is really good at replicating people's art styles, but there's always that kind of like finicky issue where it's not the person who bought the VTuber is not really getting what was advertised. You know, it's like the whole thing in Korea with like plastic surgeons and ghost surgeons where you think you're getting operated on by one surgeon and then it turns out that the cameras in the operating room would show that surgeon leaving and a different ghost surgeon would step in, right? You're still getting your nose job, it's just done by somebody else, and that's the problem because it's not really what you paid for. So personally, I think from an ethical standpoint, it's a very big gray area. And Sora continues on June 15th. Hi everyone, this is Ina. I help Sora with commissions. To her followers and especially commissioners, I advise you to please read this entire post. To all her commissioners, ref sheets, icons, models, reach out to me at Ina VTuber from now on and not this account. Thank you. So it is a really, really long attached statement. It reads, hi everyone, this is Ina and I help Sora with commissions. Sora and I know each other IRL, which is why she asked me to start and help her with the dual commissions. She even pitched in to help me buy my current drawing tablet. However, when Sora opened up current model comms in February, she now has a total of 12 model comms and the raffle model. Our agreement was to each take half, 6, which I was fine with, but because of Sora's inconsistent work schedule and poor communication with me, I am now working on 99% of her models alone. Sora, as we hang out pretty often and see each other frequently throughout the week, just hands me a USB or flash drive, sometimes a spare SSD with the Photoshop files and reference photos of models she cannot work on and gives to me. I am fine with working on models as I enjoy art and have learned so much new things about VTuber model art. However, this is not what we agreed on at all, and I'm working on 10 to 11 models on my own. Sora said the current commissions will be done in March and April, and it's now June. fine. I could never work on these 6 comms myself because Sora would never provide me updated rough photos, or I wouldn't even know what needed to be changed as she was talking to clients herself and I didn't have access to the account yet. She told me she would give them to me and to not worry about it, but she never did. I started commissions very late because of her lack of communication with me. Before she gave me access to her account, I wasn't able to just reach out to the commissioner because, like I said, I didn't even know who the commissioner was, so there was no way for me to contact them myself. A situation that is destined to fail because there is no way from an operational standpoint this could go well unless you have some sort of manager overseeing everything to make sure communication flows. The Ina statement continues, to make up for her lack of time management and communication, I have been sitting up for 11 hours every day on my computer drawing VTuber models. If I work nonstop every day, it takes me 3 to 6 days to finish a model from start to finish, which is what I've been trying to finish the 10 to 11 models I have from Sora because we are way beyond the deadline for them. I am very sorry for the delay in comms and also for the delay in updates. I am trying my best to work on everyone's models and make up for the poor comm and lack of work from Sora. But I am one person instead of 2 working every single comm. I am trying my best to now sit for 11 plus hours every day to get as much work done as I can on models, but because of stress, it has been hard and I frequently need breaks from staring at a computer screen all day to avoid headaches and backaches. On top of model commissions, I have also picked up her ref sheet and doodle icon comms. Every single update, like actual proof of work, that has been sent out recently has been from me, minus 1 model. I didn't even know I was supposed to do the doodle icons until Sora told me why wasn't I done with them, of course, way past the deadline. And I'm gonna be real, I have a hard time believing this because, like, why? Why would Ina agree to this situation unless they're getting paid, which it sounds like they aren't. Either they don't have a backbone and can't say no to their friend offloading 10, 11 models on them, or there's probably something else nefarious going on. When we started the commissions together, Sora agreed to pay me for the models I worked on. All 100% of the payments would go to me. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there you go. However, since the start of the comps, I have not received a single payment from Sora for my work, including the new models she's given me. All of it gets sent to her. Sora cannot use her own PayPal because she didn't want to change the name on it because of personal reasons, work and family, so we decided the payments would get sent to my PayPal as I do have a business account on there from when I used to do comms myself. Sora has complete access to my PayPal account and has her bank linked to it, so when payments come in, she immediately transfers them out to her own bank account. I have asked several times when or if I would receive any type of payment for my work and still nothing. As of me typing this, I have changed my PayPal password and removed her bank account from my PayPal. To make up for the lack of payment from Sora, I've started to do small commissions, emotes, doodles, etc. myself just to make some income for myself. To all commissioners, I'm very sorry for the delay and inconvenience all of this has caused. I am sorry for the lack of communication and work from Sora, and I'm trying my best to make up for it. Please be patient with me and I try to fix her mistakes and get your models done. I'm trying my best to get everyone's models and reread conversations between you and Sora to figure out what everyone needed for their model icon ref sheets. Wait, but I thought you didn't have access to the conversations because you couldn't get into the account. This to me is just really confusing because if you look at it from this perspective, okay, what are the odds that here is an artist called Sora who conveniently can't use their PayPal, so they have people pay them through your PayPal, but they also added their bank account into it. So instead of just agreeing, hey, you know, I can't get paid through my PayPal, can they pay you through your PayPal? And then you just like send it over to me through my PayPal because like we are IRL friends, so I'm okay with you knowing my IRL name on my personal PayPal. Sora's bank account is for some reason added onto Ina's PayPal. By the way, again, makes no sense because it's a two-way street. If your bank account is added to PayPal, then any of PayPal's funds in your PayPal wallet, you can withdraw into your bank account. But it goes the other way. So if you have to pay somebody and there's not enough money in your PayPal wallet, it will withdraw from your bank account. So I don't believe for 1 second that here is this Ina person being like, oh my God, I don't have any money because Sora took all the money out of my PayPal, but their bank account is linked and they keep withdrawing it. Ina, why don't you make a personal PayPal account and then withdraw all that money out of Sora's bank account, right? If Sora owes you thousands of dollars for 10 VTuber models you're doing and their bank account is linked, just pay yourself with their bank account into your personal account. If it is true. I don't think it's true whatsoever. And I think it sounds like it's the same person, honestly, pulling something out of their butt because the logic just makes no sense. And then you want me to believe that Ina is the IRL friend and then Sora dumped 10 VTuber models onto them. They agreed. They're doing 10 VTuber models, and then Sora is now expecting them to do all of the other icon doodle emo commissions they didn't do, and Ina is just going to do them? What about saying no? I get it, right? Like, I used to be a people pleaser, so no is sometimes actually really hard to say, even though it's just 2 letters. But come on, like, I don't believe this for 1 second. The logic doesn't make sense. But the document continues. I thank everyone for being patient and understanding, especially once I've reached out to you myself explaining the situation. I ask that you please be understanding of me doing separate comms, that I work on in-between models, that I've started myself on my own account to make up from the lack of 5 months of pay from Sora. It is nowhere near the amount I'm owed from her, but it's something to get a small income for myself. After these models comms are finished, I am quitting the dual comms with Sora, and I strongly advise everyone to not commission her anymore. I, with or without her permission, will most likely suspend the Sora Twitter account. How? I thought you couldn't get access to Sora's Twitter account, so how can you suspend Sora's Twitter account if you can't get maybe through spam reporting? Like, it's just weird. If anyone would like to still commission new outfits and models, I have a VGen I will use to take comms on my own Twitter, Ina Vtuber, but I strongly recommend to not work with Sora anymore. Thank you, Ina. So the doc continues. Ina taking over only spelled more trouble for everyone. She was offering refunds, but because she had no money to refund, she began taking on Twitter Discord emotes and YCH comms to pay back those who have commissioned Sora and did not want the extended delay. So again, this makes no sense, right? Why would Ina agree to any of this unless Ina was also Sora and they're the same person? Why would Ina, the IRL friend, now go into debt to pay back people that Sora owed? It just does not make sense. Ina's modeling arc phase 1. On June 3rd, Ina even said she was working on my friend's model, even going to detail about how she works on them versus Sora. Remember this. So the friend again being Taiga, right? Because this is written in Taiga's friend's perspective. Ina writes, "Hello, I'm going to work on your model this week and just wanted to give an update on how I usually do models since it's different from how Sora does them and sends updates. Usually, Sora works on sections of the model before moving on to different sections. Example, she'll work on the face first before moving on to a different section. I don't do models like that. I usually separate everything first and do the line art, organize the layers into folders. After that, I do the base shading for everything, and then I'll do the rendering in sections. So because I do the liner of everything first, if you have any changes you want to make to the sketch besides the ones you sent, do let me know by this week so I can fix them before I work on the model. Once I start the liner and base coloring, I cannot make any changes whatsoever besides small corrections." Shortly after being informed that her model was being worked on, my friend was so excited. She was messaging me and a few other friends. On the same day as the apology post, June 15th, this is what Ina was telling my friend from Sora's account in DMs. So here is a screenshot where I guess Taiga had commented, writing, "I'd also try to file a claim and send it to you if you'd like. You deserve the money for your work." Again, remember, because allegedly Ina's not getting paid by Sora. And Sora, or Ina on Sora's account writes, "Because of unlinked her bank account, since we share the same PayPal account, aka my account, PayPal would take the funds from my own bank if I got a ticket and claim, and I don't have the funds to refund anything due to not being paid by her. So I'd get put in the negatives, unfortunately." What? That is so dumb. Why did you unlink her bank account? Withdraw the money that she owes you and then unlink it. But I've decided to just keep all future payments from all comms, so she won't receive anything anymore. When we agreed to do the model comms, I was under the impression that she would get all the money and then she'd send me payments to my Cash App, but it never happened, unfortunately. Again, this makes no sense. So Sora is getting all these commissions, but they're paying into Ina's bank account, but Ina says that Sora would then withdraw the money into Sora's bank account and then manually send that over to Ina's Cash App? Like, this is just asinine. Like, why make life that hard? This is why I don't believe it. I don't believe Sora and Ina are not the same person. Like, they read like the same person to me because this is just way too convoluted of a reason. It doesn't make any sense to make it that complicated. But Ina continues, out of the many models she had, only around 2 to 3 have been completed that she did herself. But even then, she tried to cut corners around certain parts of the art, leaving gaps and unriggable art for them, so I'd had to completely redo almost all the models that had work done. I'll try my best to get your model as soon as I can. I'm a bit behind now because I had to fix the art on her models, but I'll try to get to it ASAP. My friend told Ina she could take her time, and Ina thanked her. My friend was told on June 25th that her model would not continue to have work done on it. Now, the new order would be based on debut dates. Ina even told my friend that she was able to pump out the models in about 3 to 7 days. My friend still had high hopes that her model would be done in a reasonable amount of time. So in the DM, it reads, "Hello, I'm completely basing the model queue based off debut times that were given to me. So if you do have a debut date in mind, do let me know and I can fix my queue. Takes me about 3 to 7 days to finish a single model if I work nonstop every day on it, but because I have so many models, I want to say around 3 weeks to complete a model. As for bases, I will most likely stick to the one Sora drew on your model, but it will look a little different, the face especially, since I do render models differently than her. It will look like my model's face render." Ina's Valorant arc phase 2. Then the tweets started rolling out. Here I have attached the responses that got me blocked by Ina, but these tweets were plentiful. Every other day was, "Should I buy the new Val skin? Should I play Val right now?" And I was tired of it, especially only days after my friend getting updates on the model queue and how long the model takes. From June 17th, Ina tweets, "Life is good, and they bought the Kuronami Sheriff." I believe that Ina should be focusing their time on the models they still have to complete rather than playing Val and buying skins, especially since the money she was taking comms for was to pay back those who had requested refunds when Sora vanished. Just tossing in my personal anecdote here, I do think that artists like like even if you do owe commissions, like you are allowed to take time for yourself, play a game of Valorant, whatever, all of that. I think you are totally valid in doing that as long as you're still being responsible for your time and churning out models and things, fulfilling the debt obligations you have to people. I don't think that one game of Valorant would be the end of the world. I will say though, posting about buying a bunch of shit like skins and unnecessary stuff, right? It's kind of like low-key bragging in a way, like, look, I got this skin, when you owe a bunch of people money. That's not cool. And personally, the reason why I'm saying it is I'm under the assumption that Ina and Sora are the same person because this reads too sus to me. From June 28th, Ina makes another tweet. I hate Valorant. Why are my teammates yelling at me for not healing them when I don't even have it because I just used it? From June 29th, I don't know if I want to play Valor or go to sleep, but either way, good night, everyone. And Day Brookshire writes, maybe try your hand at some comms. Seems like the responsible thing to do. ... And yeah, okay. Right? Like, I think 1 or 2 games of Valorant, not the end of the world. But, like, if you're tweeting about playing Valorant every single day and thousands of dollars are owed to people... Also on June 29th, Ina tweets, I hate Valorant. And then from July 1st, I'm queue restricted on Val for 30 minutes. What do I do with my time now? Maybe finish your commissions. Ina says, I played Val for like 4 hours with a random person that added me from a spike rush and it was fine at first. It was fun and we were getting along well until the very last game he literally tells me, want to duel more? I like you a lot and you sound cute. No, I just want to play. And Day writes, 4 hours? Wow. I know that a few of the VTubers you and your friend got comms from are debuting soon. And it seems like you are all tweeting about is Valorant consistently. I know that would make me infuriated. Hopefully your commissioners have more patience than me. Oh my god, wait, I love Day's tweets, honestly. Like, these are really funny. Also, I am very aware I'm being an asshole. The only reason I am the one making this document is because my friend does not want to start any drama and hates confrontation of any kind. She has been scammed or screwed over a few too many times for my comfort, and I will not let her get scammed by this person considering how much money, $250, have been put into this commission. Respectable, honestly. Like, I respect the friend for standing up for Taiga because this is why, like, scammers get away with this, right? Because it takes advantage of kind people. Like, if you're a kind person who doesn't want to start any problems, who doesn't want to start any drama, you're not gonna like want to confront or try to accuse them of anything because you don't want to assume the worst about them. You don't want to assume that they potentially scammed you. So you're not gonna say anything and you're just gonna lose money. Right? It's always the kind people that get taken advantage of by scammers, which is the worst part. Ina's Trello board arc, part 3. My friend recommended Trello so that everyone could see their model progress on July 9th, and recently she had made a Trello account, but it hadn't had any work done to it since its creation. My friend has also had her model pushed to the bottom of the list even though Sora had been doing some work on her sketch, and Ina had apparently started reworking Sora's base to better fit her own art. Attached is a message from Ina on July 9th. Ina says, I do have one set up, but I'm still settling some other stuff with commissioners since debut dates and other stuff are still getting decided, but I'll send it out once I have everything finalized. My friend and everyone also at commissioned Ina received the invite to her Trello board on July 18th. Trello board as of August 8th. So they have like 80% finished, rendering, base color, separating, sketching, sketch, and in queue. Kind of interesting. Most people make the Trello board read from left to right. It's interesting that this Trello board reads from right to left. But I don't know, maybe they're like left-handed. But as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people on this Trello board. The doc reads, the reason the screenshot of our Trello board is important contextually because this is how it has looked since the invite to everyone is sent out. Below are the newest updates. Trello board as of September 13th. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like, almost nothing has changed. Miss Galaxy Bun is still 80% finished. Like, months later. A bunch of people are now in the rendering pile. Okay. Base coloring. Jelly Chew is still in queue. It says need refs though, so maybe it's like the VTuber that didn't send refs yet. I don't think that's the case. But yeah, like no progress was made on Sweetie, and so far no progress in the Trello board has been made on Miss Galaxy Bun. This is so scuffed. Yeah, no progress was made on Chica BD. I'm honestly so glad that Day took all of these screenshots because we have so many receipts about this. This is so irresponsible. And what low-key I am thinking of too is, were they lying to everyone? Because remember, they kept telling, oh, like other people have debut dates that are like more important than yours. So like, I'll put yours at the end. But did they tell that to everyone? Right? Like, did they tell everybody, oh, other VTubers have like debut dates that are more important to you? So everybody got fed the same story, which is why they're allowed to just keep leading people on. The doc continues, no time to work on those backed up comms, but time to sell adopts on July 13th and even reposting it on the dead Sora account to boost sales. Where Ina writes, cinnamon roll inspired design adopt looking for a new home, $30. Personal comm use. Read post, this is a really, really old design that was given to me by a friend who wishes to not be named as they are in IRL and don't have public socials. Way before I started VTubing. I don't have use for her as it doesn't fit my current OC, so I was given permission to sell her. The design coloring is unfinished as it's a sketch, but if bought, you are free to change the colors and bits of the design. And Sora retweeted it. To clarify, I understand that Ina should get paid for the work they're doing on these models and also their commissions, but they should not be taking on more commissions when they haven't finished their active queue. Ina's model quest. In the time it has taken Ina to work on my friend's model, amongst the many that she has to complete, she has time not to finish one but two models for herself. Oh, so this is the May 22nd model. This is the June 20th model. Look again. In my personal opinion, I think that just because you're an artist who has commissions that are owed to people does not mean that you are not allowed to make any art for yourself. But again, you do have to be aware of like how you're portraying everything on social media, because you can make people who you owe money to or like artwork to feel some type of way if the only thing you're posting is personal art and they're not getting any updates. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with doing an art piece for yourself here or there. There are 14 people that are owed models and you had time to make two for yourself, you know, at least one could have been for somebody else. She quits. What happens now? The newest update from Ina on August 7th, and this is in her Discord. At everyone, important message, please read. Due to IRL events and to protect the state of my mental health, I will be leaving the server and will be quitting VTubing. I wasn't here for long, but I had a great time no matter what. I appreciate all of you who joined the server and made Ina's C stars possible. The server will be transferred over to Billy, so expect a rebrand of the server possibly soon. I am unsure of his plans with the server, but I'm sure they will be great. I will not be staying within the server as I want to move forward, and I ask that if you do come across my IRL pages on Twitter or such, you do not interact or follow, as I want to keep my IRL stuff separate. Thank you. My VTuber Twitter will remain open as I have commissions through there, but I will not continue with any new VTubing activities, and I will be selling my model. I know I haven't been very active in the community lately, but life got in the way, but I know Billy, Zerai, Sushi, and Runo will take care of the server and do great things for the community. Please show them lots of love. My Twitch will remain up, however at some point I will likely rebrand it to my IRL page that I will use to stream as myself and not as a VTuber. I'd still love to interact with everyone on Twitch if I ever do come back to streaming. I won't be a VTuber, but I am still me. Thank you all for the great times I had with the VTuber community, and I will forever cherish them. I wish you all good luck with VTubing, content creation, and I will be supporting from afar. I wish I could make this post longer, but there is a lot of stuff I cannot say and reasoning to my decision, but I'm forever grateful for the people I've met and interacted with. Take care, C-stars. With this newest update, my friend is horrified. She doesn't know whether or not it's time to request a refund, count the model and money as a loss, or wait it out and hope that she gets her model as a surprise sometime down the road. All of my friends' close circle are telling her to refund money through PayPal or ask Ina directly for a refund and wait till she has the money from other commissions to pay it back. In my opinion, Ina is taking new commissions to buy Valorant skins and avoiding doing her work by streaming, not anymore, and by playing games and by doing other artwork. This has me extremely frustrated. I am also led to believe that with her now quitting and rebranding to her IRL self, she is attempting to escape some of this blame and concern, just like how Sora vanished, leaving her to pick up the pieces. My friend has also expressed separately that she would have never commissioned Sora in the first place if she knew there were 12 models being taken on. She didn't even find that out until Ina's apology post clarifying what happened with Sora. Model updates the new saga. Message to Ina on August 8th from my friend. In this message, my friend is asking for a refund and for the commission to end. She wants the model done before the end of the year, and it was looking more like it was going to take way longer. So the friend Tiger writes, "Hello, I've been wanting to talk to you for a while about my commission. I was wondering if it would be finished by this year. I know you have a lot of them to do and the time it takes to do each, but I still haven't received any progress updates since Sora left, and I really wanted to use my new model by this year. I wouldn't have ordered a model in the first place if I knew Sora took 12 plus comms at once, and it's just been upsetting me because it feels like I won't receive my model. I feel bad because I know I told you to take your time, but I also didn't realize how long it would take for it to be finished. I've been considering wanting a refund, and I'm not really sure how that would work because you guys share the same PayPal, and I don't want to screw you over, but with you graduating and dealing with IRL stuff also, I feel it would be best to move on and find another person to do my model. The whole situation is sucky, but I'm not sure what else to do." Message from Ina on the 9th. In this message, Ina explains that she'll finish the model in 2 months. This was from August 9th, so she has until October 9th to finish by her own deadline. Based on the work in progress being sent to my friend throughout the process, we do not estimate that she could finish the art by October, nor December, nor February, which would mark the 1-year anniversary of her paying for this model. And Ina writes, "I unfortunately cannot be a refund as Sora took the money and I can't afford a refund since I never got paid for her. Redacted stuff. So I do not have the funds to do so, but I can prioritize your model. If I do that, it'll be finished in about 2 months at the latest, but it should be done before that in my opinion. Right now, I haven't been able to work on comms as I've barely been home due to some safety concerns, so I've been away and rarely going back, but things are starting to settle down, so I should be able to go home soon." And this is not really related to the personal issues, but Ina was like kind of talking about, in the DMs and messages, like how fast she can do the models. In like 3 to 6 days, I can finish in 3 to 7. If you do have like 10 plus models you owe people and you can work that quickly, I mean, if you put your head down and take some reasonable breaks, in like 6 months, you can finish the 10 models. So at this point, they should be done. Message from Ina on August 14th. Hello. It reads, in this message, Ina explains that she'll be starting work on the model again. She writes, hello, I'm home for a bit today, so I'll be able to work on your model a bit. I'll do the face rendering today and a bit of the hair separation and fixing the sketch. For the mascot, did you want it to be held or somewhere else? Also, if it's possible, can you email your rough sheet and images to Ina's email? Twitter is so wonky with saving images that it's blurry and pixelated when imported into Clip Studio. And some model updates were sent. And the doc reads, the model on the left is the progress image sent to another of Ina's clients when she was hounded for a progress update. The commissioner had already messaged my friend asking their thoughts on Ina and even stating that she believes she had been scammed. They confirmed that Ina had been doing some work, but progress was still slow, and Ina was not keeping up with updates and instead putting off given said updates by saying, tomorrow I'll update you, and then not following through with those said updates. I understand similarities in a modeler style, but this looks like the exact same base, just with redone eyes. My friend also knows that she likes the eyes on the first model so much, the glitter and shine are so pretty, but her model doesn't include nearly the same level of detail. These images also show that Ina did not rework Sora's sketch and is just using what was sent to my friend in April as a reference for the model. No changes haven't been made then since the sketch. I would also say that is kind of sus to me because one of the reasons why Ina was delaying is they were saying, oh, like I need to rework the sketch, this is why it's taking longer. And I would say, yeah, the base does look somewhat similar. I do agree with the proportion of everything, the eye shape too, with the kind of like curve on the lower half. And yeah, the eye rendering is a bit different, with the one on the left having a lot more detail than the one on the right. Message from Ina on August. In this message, Ina explains that she has her notifications off for a VTuber account and will be sending the next update on the weekend of August 31st to September 1st. The next update wouldn't be till around September 4th. And Ina writes, OMG, I'm so sorry I didn't get notice on this account, but I do have an update. I'll be able to send it over this weekend since it's not done yet, but it's the hair separated and base colored and ears and the fixed sketch. I'll let you know the day I'm going to send the update, but for sure it will be this weekend. Now, model update progress was sent September 4th. This was the amount of work done to the model after 12 days without being in direct contact or shown a work in progress. My friend does not like confrontation and was happy to at least get any amount of an update. To me, this looks like a simple liner and flat color, which does not match the amount of time in which this update was sent. And further proves that Ina is not using her established style of modeling to do my friend's model. She is using Sora's method, which is, again, Sora's method was chunk by chunk, right? Where she would do face, then hair, then clothes, whatever, right? Whereas Ina was saying, I will do all of this line art, then all of the color, the flat color, and then all of the rendering in like stages. That's actually how I personally worked. I will say though, because it is a VTuber model, don't be deluded that this looks like it wasn't that much, right? It just, like all he did was a line art for the hair. It's using a symmetry tool, so it's split down the middle, so it's even faster, and it's just a flat color. They did say they separated it. I'm just trying to give a little bit of benefit of doubt here. They did say they separated the art piece, which means like it would literally be cut layer by layer. So one chunk, like the front bang would be one piece, then the side bang would be one piece, then the front piece of the pigtail would be one piece. So that sort of separation is quite time consuming. It does take a while. So there's going to be a lot of time put into the piece if it's fully separated that you will not be able to visibly see. So I'm just trying to give a little bit of credit. Model update progress from September 10th. This is another model update work in progress showing off the new right bangs texture definition and the eye patch after 6 more days of no contact. I do not see a possibility at this point that the model will ever be completed, especially not in the timescale deadline that the artists themselves provided. As of September 25th, we have only received info that Ina has fully rendered the hair and ears, and she said she would update my friend in a week. Message sent on September 18th as she was attending a wedding. This is concerning because my friend asked for changes to the ears back in April after Sora sent her the original sketch of the model art. Because remember, she asked for the ears to be bigger, then forwarded those changes to Ina in June after the blowout with Sora happened. The changes requested were simple, such as making the ears larger and adding the white ear fluff from her reference art to the model. Ina never sent an update to communicate those changes being acknowledged or completed, and has even used the smaller ears in modeling, as shown in the liner and flat color of the hair from September 4th. So these ears. At this pace, Ina will not complete the model by her own established deadline of 2 months, October 9th to October 14th, even though she said it would be feasible sooner than that. Quiet on the Western Front. As of September 28, Ina has gone radio silent. My friend has asked for persistent updates for the last few days and received not a single acknowledgement of anything. This comes right on the heels of her informing my friend that she was going to give her a work in progress by September 25th. Usually, Ina will at least offer an apology and send it within a few days. My friend has been politely asking for the work in progress with no response at all. Messages with Ina from September 10th to September 28th. Taiga says, it's looking great, no changes on September 10th. And then 8 days later on September 18th, Taiga writes, hi, I just want to ask how things were going. Ina on September 18th says, hello. I won't be home until next week since I'm away at a wedding at the moment. I'll have the hair and ears fully rendered. When I get back next week, I'll send it over. In the doc, it reads, the message here is from September 18th. Ina said an update will be sent in a week, which would be September 25th. So on the 18th, Taiga writes, "Oh, okay, thank you for the update. I hope the wedding is nice." And then on September 27th, Taiga messages back, "Hi, I just checking in," with a little cat gif. Finally, on September 29th, Ina gets back writing, "OMG, I'm so sorry I got logged out of this account and forgot about it until I get emails saying I have messages. But I'm at work at the moment. I just got here, so I won't get off until 7 to 8 since I work nocturnally, but I'll send it as soon as I get off and get home." How do you forget you owe 14 people commissions? Like, I'm sure they're all DMing you and stuff like that. Like, it's just excuses after excuses. And then they write, "I think the update, I don't know if I fixed it yet, I'll have to look at it, but the very back of the head, the back hair layer is a bit harsh if I remember. But I do plan on fixing it just so it blends in with everything else. I'm just not sure if I already fixed it or not, but that's what I remember." And then they attached a photo and then they say, "No, you're fine, don't worry, this is only the work in progress. I have of it saved on my phone, but I'll be sure to send over the full thing when I'm home." And in the doc, it reads, "Keep in mind she stated that the hair and ears were fully rendered, but this is the model work in progress that she was providing. It is a half headshot showing that only the pink side of the hair is rendered and ears are completely missing. I am biased to doubt that she has the whole head of hair and ears done, but even if she does, there is no way that the model will be complete by her set deadline or sooner based on the amount of work completed up until this point. Mind you, the deadline she established was 2 months after August 9th, and she did not begin work until the 14th, so I'm giving her the benefit of doubt in saying that her deadline is October 14th. Message from Ina and model update progress, September 30th. Ears, fluff, and hair are not complete. As you can see here, the ears are still smaller ears and the pink ones already have rendering done to it. So yeah, as you can see here, the pink ear has kind of been rendered, but the brown one has not been touched at all." And then Ina writes, "The bigger ears plus fluff and darker ear did not save for some reason, so I'll have to redo them, but here's what I have. I'll go through and add highlights to the darker side and add a bit more shadow to the pink side on top when I redo the ear, but the ponytails mid to bottom, I'm gonna smooth out just a tiny bit since I don't like the look of the lines on them." And the doc reads, "Here's Ina defending the reason for this, claiming it didn't save. Once again, due to personal bias, I cannot and will not trust that as a reason for the incomplete update. She has consistently under-delivered on her statements." And I agree, because there has always been excuses. And the thing is, I'm probably really jaded because of the type of content I do. I reviewed many an artists that failed to deliver right, but this is the same song and dance where they're like, here's an excuse as to why I couldn't do it. Here's another reason why I couldn't do it. Here's another reason. Oh, my PC broke. My pet fish got run over by a car. I found out that I have an estranged uncle that lives in Indonesia, and it turns out he's actually a fugitive, and I'm also on the wanted list, so that's why I couldn't do it. Like, they have every reasoning under the sun as to why they can't deliver. So I am just very jaded about seeing all the excuses, you know? Like, you'll just be proven as being credible when you just deliver the artwork you promised. Taiga asks, "I also want to ask if you knew the new estimate of when the model will be fully finished." And Ina says, "I'm aiming for end of October, early November. I'm working on 2 other models in between yours, one having like 5 different outfits, so updates might not be very consistent, but I'll still be working on yours, don't worry." By the way, that's like kind of a lie because there is a VTuber with outfits, but the most amount of outfits on the Trello board was 4. So the doc reads, "Here my friend asked about the earlier deadline and if there is a new estimate on how long this project is going to take. It has gone from 2 months or sooner to the end of October or early November. She is also finally admitting to my friend that she is no longer a priority, even though she was told she would be a priority. Now she is working on 2 other models, one of which is massive with multiple outfits, setting Ina back further." Messages with Ina from October 9th to November 18th. Taiga says on October 9th, "Hi, I'm not sure if you're still doing the plushie whole toggle, but if so, could I change the Riolu plush to a new mascot I'm getting?" Message again on November 4th, so almost an entire month passes. "Hi Ina, just want to check in again to see if you had an update." And then Ina says, "Hello, I'll be unable to send an update until the end of this week since I've been working on a different model recently since the deadline for it is on the 5th. So more excuses. "So I haven't been able to get much work done on yours, but after the 5th I'll work on it, and by Sunday I'll send over an update with everything. It should be an entire top." And then Taiga says, "Hi, just checking in again because I didn't hear from you over the weekend." And then Ina, "Everything okay?" And then we have this whole shebang on November 21st. The doc reads, "Here it is in all its glory. Apparently, Sora tried to sue Ina for defamation. Not only that, but because of the lawsuit, Ina went radio silent on the advice of her counsel and halted all progress on model comms until it was cleared. Now that it has been cleared, she is issuing an apology and a warning that Sora might try and reach out to complete models, but they are to block her as Ina is doing it all on her own now." And the DM reads, "I am so sorry. I'll probably be sending out a detailed message later this week about everything that's been going on, but for a quick summary, Sora reached out and threatened me with legal action because I was supposedly spreading bad on her name and saying she scammed people, as in she took their money and didn't draw their model, which she did. So I was in contact with Sora as well as my own family lawyer for advice, and I was basically told not to continue art or any messages until everything clears. So I was just given the A-OK this morning to continue comms, and Sora has backed out of everything. I'll be able to send your model update soon. I'll reach out tomorrow and send it over. I am so sorry for the delay and no contact, but that was what was recommended to me when Sora tried to take legal action. But do be careful, as Sora mentioned, she'll be reaching out to commissioners to work on their art. So if you do receive a message from her, just block and report the account. Everything art-wise has been taken over by me, so she has no right to it anymore. I don't have any account names to be wary of, but just giving a heads up just in case. This again to me doesn't sound believable, right? Because aren't all of these commissions Sora's commissions in the first place, allegedly, right? So if Sora is swinging back around being like, oh, I want to do the art now, why don't you let her? Because allegedly you haven't been paid. This whole time Ina keeps harping on about, I haven't been paid, this is why I'm broke, this is why I'm in debt, this is this, that, and the third, this is why I'm doing other adopts, because I haven't been paid by Sora. So Sora, the original artist who got paid, is now coming around wanting to do the work, but you don't want to let her. So you are still willing to do the art for free and go in debt to pay back people who wanted to be paid back and deliver art for free to the people who were owed art because of why. Maybe I'm a bit cynical, right? But I, for the love of God, would never let somebody treat me this way. I hope you guys wouldn't either. And if Ina is a real person separate from Sora and feels indebted in some way or responsible for this, I feel really, really bad. I just have an extremely hard time believing it because of the amount of like inconsistencies in the story and just the lack of logic in the reasoning behind actions that were taken. And also, like, suing for defamation is a big thing, and oh, my feelings are hurt is not valid, and oh, you just said like one thing about me, that you can't sue for that either. Even if their thing is like maybe somewhat factual, the statement they said. Like, defamation is an active and conscious choice to try to tear down somebody else's reputation, etc., with false and fabricated statements. So if they were to bring this to the family lawyer would take one look at it and be like, yeah, this is a whole load of baloney. Keep doing your thing. So I also have a hard time believing that also. That's why to me, this just reads like a big excuse to, again, delay the comms. But maybe this is my tinfoiling. I don't know. So, message from Ina on November 24th. Ina using another model as an excuse now, stating that my friend's model is being pushed back again due to the commissioner changing the outfit, even though that would be justifiable to put them at the end of the queue. And the message reads, because the current model I'm working on, the commissioner completely changed the outfit midway through the rendering, so I had to sketch and restart, so it set me back a few days. And this is why it's so interesting to me, right? Because why are all of these other people getting prio over Taiga? It doesn't make any sense, right? It seems like Ina is just feeding everybody excuses just to try to like stall. Ina probably told the VTuber with all the outfits, oh my god, yeah, I have this like VTuber and they keep wanting me to change the ears, so that's why it's taking me a couple extra days. Finally, messages with Ina from November 25th to December 2nd. The last straw. Ina refuses another update and states that she will send it as soon as she gets home. 2 days later, no update. 4 days later, no update. A week later, no update. And on November 25th, Ina writes, I'm at work at the moment, so I won't be able to send the update until I'm off. I was supposed to get off at 8, but I'm being asked to stay for doubles since we're severely short-staffed, so I won't be able to send the update until the AM. I'll be out around 4 to 5 AM. I set a reminder on my phone to remind me to send the update as soon as I get home, so don't worry, I'll send it. And Taiga says, okay, thank you. And then 2 days later, hey, do you have the update? I figure you fell asleep after work, haha. Then 2 more days later, just checking in again because I haven't heard from you in a few days. Hope your holiday was good. And then 4 days later, Ina? As of current, no update. A deadline has come and passed. If you are reading this, that means that Ina has yet to reply to my friend about the model and never even finished the model. My friend is out $250 that she saved to buy this model. She'll have to save up once again and buy a new model from hopefully somebody who will not scam her. The amount of dread I feel having to post this document and share it like this is upsetting. My friend paid for what she thought was going to be a cute and fun model, and instead she was taken on a roller coaster of delays, scams, and ultimately heartbreak. Ina and Sora were not, in my honest opinion, going to ever complete the commission. Sora took the money and ran. Ina promised to finish the models even though she didn't get paid for them, and in the end, I think they are one and the same. Which is what I think too. Sora took on 12 comms, knowing that was way too out of scope for her site. Ina then couldn't refund everyone properly, and due to her own debut, put commissions on the back burner to play Valorant and stream games rather than do art. Something to note, Ina versus Sora's modeling styles. She expressed that she does a full liner and flat color of the whole model, asks for changes to be made from the commissioners, and then does a full render. This method allows changes to only be made in the liner or flat color stage and small color tone shifting in the last render. But the progress Ina has actually shown is how Sora's old style was described. Item by item, starting with the face, getting that fully rendered, then moving on to the hair, line art, and then flat color, and then rendering it. We have been suspicious of Ina actually being Sora undercover as a new identity, but never had proof besides, quote, well, it's weird to have your friend on your PayPal account when they have their own account having their bank linked, and also isn't that against PayPal's TOS, end quote. But with the modeling method being the exact same, and as Ina identified herself, I'm very convinced Sora and Ina are almost one and the same, if not fully the same person. By the way, I agree too, because at every single stage, every single decision that was made is a decision that one person would make to make themselves look like two people or explain away inconsistencies. That is not how a team of two people would work. It does not make any sense. At every single step, somehow Ina and Sora choose the most convoluted, difficult, and complex way to deal with the situation. And it's probably because they're the same person. That is my personal theory, but let me know in the comment section down below. Day continues, closing remarks from a concerned friend. Ina will be using extra Twitter for personal life stuff, understandably, but with the fact that she too can now disappear without even delivering on the promises both Sora and her have made, it is scary to think she could just pull the rug and start anew. A new name, a new face, and a new account make her impossible to hold accountable. The Sora account has been wiped for a while, and the Ina account is now fully protected, so who knows if she's continuing the scam somewhere new. To call attention to this because my friend will not. She spent real money that she saved up to spend on a model, trusted a newer modeler, and then had the rug pulled on her not once, but twice. At this point, my friend cannot file a dispute or claim with PayPal since the window for a dispute is 180 days, ended August 1st, 2024. Unless Sora sends the money back or completes the model, my friend is completely screwed over on the $250 she spent to get this model originally supposed to be delivered in May/June. And yeah, this is Sora's account and the posts are protected. And then we have Ina's account and the posts are also protected. And it says graduated. I think it's interesting. The Sora's account has been fully wiped for a while. So I don't know. It says protected, so maybe they're coming back. But to wrap everything up, Taiga made this final post writing, sorry, I haven't replied to any of the DMs about this. I got a lot, so I'm a little overwhelmed. Wasn't expecting so many people to see this. At the end of the day, I feel so bad for Taiga. I'll have the link down below if you want to check them out. Their design seems really cute. Absolutely not fair that they got strung along for so long by this artist or multiple artists that were just leading them on, not giving them any updates whatsoever. And at every single turn, just excuses. It is so unprofessional. It's so not fair. And they're out $250. I'm curious about your thoughts down below. Let me know. Do you think they are two separate people? Do you think they're the same person scheming? You know, like that meme where it's like a bunch of sheep in a long trench coat trying to get into a movie theater or something like that. I truly think it's the same person. It just reads way too fishy to me personally. So I'll have everything linked down below so you can go check it out. And again, don't send hate to anybody involved. Hopefully the artist can just give people the models or refund the people that they owe money to. I'm gonna wrap this up. I also have an Etsy shop if you want to check it out, in which I have like emotes, overlays, stuff like that. I also have free ones on my coffee, and I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. Hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.